Well, hey everybody, it's Outland. How's it going? And I have a kind of a different video for you guys today. I'm doing a screen share with you. I'm going to show you a tool that I was made aware of for organizing gear, organizing my pack list. Now, if you're anything like me, I've been using Lighterpack.com for a few years now to keep track of my gear. And it's a great tool. And I really haven't had a need to change or do anything else, but it seems like the developer hasn't really done much with that site in quite a while. And I don't know if he's just moved on or just hasn't had the time to dedicate to the site or what, but it's just kind of stayed static for quite a while. So, I haven't done much with my Lighterpack. Once I created a list, I've only updated as I've acquired new gear, or got rid of gear, things like that. But I was made aware of this site, and I got an email about it, and I am in no way being compensated for this. I'm not being sponsored by them or anything. I just wanted to show you guys this because I see a lot of potential here. I see it as could be a very, very useful tool. If you're used to the Lighterpack idea, maybe you've used spreadsheets or Google Docs or something like that. I just find this to be much better than trying to do that, just because I don't want to mess with setting all that up and creating my own calculations and all that junk. This does everything for me, which is pretty darn cool. So I'm going to show you the site, and let's take a look. And the site is called Packfire. It's called packfire.com. So let's go check it out. Here it is. Packfire.com. Like I said, just type in packfire.com. Now they are associated with and somehow working together with Green Belly Meals. I don't know how those two are associated, but they are associated somehow. So it says right there. I've never had a Green Belly meal. If you guys have ever had Green Belly, let me know. Are they any good? I'd be interested to try it. So this is a pack building tool, very much like Lighterpack in many regards. So I'm wondering if it's the same developer who's working on this, who did work on Lighterpack. Because if you look at this screenshot, if you look at this, at the way it's laid out, the way it works, especially the chart here, the donut graph, man, that is dead on like Lighterpack. So maybe they just took it from the Lighterpack, the way it worked, and just built on it. I don't know. But so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to packfire.com, and the first thing you're going to have to do, of course, is sign up. You're going to have to create an account. So if you do that, you're going to have to enter your first and last name, create a username, and then email address, and set up a password, and there you go. You're good to go. I won't do that because I'm already have an account. Now, I will say that this site is still in beta, so that means it is a work in progress. It is still being developed. But what I really like about this site is they do give you a status of the development. So if you go up here to this beta status button, you can see they take you to a Google Doc, and in the Google Doc there is a list of features, completed things, things that have been requested. It shows you exactly where they are in the development process. Now this is great for a geek like me because this is what I do. I am a developer. I'm a development manager. This is what I do all day long. I look at issues. I look at bugs. I look at things that are need to be developed, things that feature items, things that have been requested. So this is right up my alley. This is fantastic. But this is really useful for anybody who wants to use this tool, so you can see exactly what is being requested. Fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log in and show you what you see here once you log in. Now, once you've created your account, you're set up, you're verified, you're logged in, you're going to see these items. You're going to see My Packs, Explore, Gear Database, and My Gear. And basically what you have to do is create a pack to start with. Now I already have 2 packs going on here. I'm going to create a new one just to show you what that process is like. So I'm going to go ahead and click create a new pack here. What that's going to do is that's going to take me into this screen, and now I can start doing the real magic. And what I really like about this tool is they have things populated in the database already for you. So maybe you're going to be doing a hike of the AT, you're going to do a through hike, you're going to do the Florida Trail, something like that. You can do a specific gear list for that specific hike. Now I did mine a little differently. I actually created a 3-season gear list that I use pretty much throughout the year, and I just share that on YouTube. And once I get it set up, I'll replace the Lighterpack link in my description with the link from this. But if I wanted to create different types of lists for specific hikes, I could definitely do that. So for this example, let's just say I'm going to do the CDT. So this will be the CDT list of gear. Now I have a toggle button over here to the right where I can make this public or keep it private. Maybe I don't want anybody else to see my list, or maybe I'm still working on it and I don't want to share it just yet. So that's perfectly fine. And so I can keep that toggled on or off. Now I can add a pack name, so I can actually name this whatever I want. So let's just call this, for craps and giggles, Lance's CDT list. Okay. Now, if I click in there, I have a Wysiwyg Editor where what you see is what you get. That's what Wysiwyg is. Basically, I can add a description. This is really, really neat. I can go in here and CDT gear list for summer 2021. And no, I'm not planning on doing the CDT in 2021, but man, that would be flipping awesome, right? But this is really cool because you can go in here and you can bold items, you can align them, you can bullet items, you can even add links and add images and videos. You can embed that right here in the description. Really, really cool. Gives you lots of power, lots of ability to do some cool stuff right there. I'm going to click save on that for my description. Now, next item is tags. There are tags that you can apply here. So unfortunately, I don't think you can customize these. They are what they are right now, but just for this, I'm going to say I'm going to keep this under $1,000. So I'll check that tag. It's going to be for summer, from myself, one person, and I'm a male. So those are some specific tags. I imagine that list is going to grow and they're going to enhance that capability, I hope. But those are your only options right now for adding tags. Now this is where the really fun stuff happens. This is where you can start creating categories and then adding items to those categories. So in the example that they give you on the main screen, let's go back to that. This pack example, they did it here. They call it Appalachian Trail Section Hike for 2020 with a short description. They broke it up into these specific sections. So they have a big 4 category. I do mine a little bit differently. I'll show you that. Kitchen, miscellaneous, clothing, water, electronics, and toiletries. Pretty darn neat. Shows you, gives you some ideas of how you might want to set yours up. Notice this though, over here, this donut graph. That looks a lot like Lighterpack to me. But you also can change that over to a bar graph there. So if you prefer a bar graph as opposed to the donut, there you go. So let's go back to mine. Log back in. Okay. So I'm going to create a new pack. Oh, darn. I don't want to create a new pack. Sorry. I already did. Now I have to go to my packs. So let's go back to CDT list. This is my CDT list. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start creating categories. In my case, I'm going to call it shelter, pack, things like that. So instead of the big 4, I'm going to start with a pack category. Okay, so I'm going to call that pack. Now, this is where it gets really, really useful as I start adding items. So I get this row pops up. Now I can select from a pre-populated category if I want. So for this specific case, my pack, I'm going to have backpack. So that's the first item. If I select backpack, now the other drop-down populates with a list of some of the top brand items that are out there as far as backpacks. So I was very pleasantly surprised to find my pack that I use, the Superior Wilderness Designs. Let's go down here. Superior 40. There it is. So I was able to select from that drop down and it automatically populated. See this? Populated the weight for me. And if I go up here and turn on pricing, in my case US dollars, which you can also choose Euro, Canadian dollars, whatever. If I turn on US dollars, it populates the current price of that item. And I think I did pay $179 for mine, or something close to that. Now, actually, I paid a little bit more than that because I customized it some. But there you go. The weight and the price are automatically populated from their database. So, and of course, you can change that to whatever. Mine was more like 16 ounces with the additions that I put on it. So 16 ounces and the price. That to me is very, very cool because it goes ahead and just, you know, you don't have to put every single thing in there. It's in there for you already. It's in the system. So then I just go down and I just keep adding items. So I'm going to create another category. And like I said, for me, I'm going to call this shelter system. And this is where I would put my hammock, quilt, underquilt, all that kind of stuff will go under here. So I'm going to add a new item, select a category. Now, under this, you know, this is, I have a feeling this is going to be ever growing, ever changing, as long as they keep contributing to it. There's some things missing from this list right now, which I thought was weird. Hammock is not an option. You could choose tent, but hammock is not there, and quilt is not there, which I thought was really weird. Sleeping bag liner, sleeping pad. There is no option for quilt. Maybe there's top quilt? No. So top quilt is not there, under quilt's not there. So that's no big deal because I can go in here and I can just go ahead and add it myself. So let's say top quilt. All right. But unfortunately, well, it did go ahead and try to populate from the list, but I'm not sure where it got that from. Let's do that again. That was kind of weird. Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't know what top quilt is, so it's not going to populate that list. So I can just go ahead and I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to put hammock gear, 20 degree quilt. And what's also very cool is you can add a link. So if I want to link out to the hammock gear site with the full specs on that, I can do that. That is a Lighterpack thing that you could do in Lighterpack. But you could also add an image. You can drag an image, your own photo. Maybe you want to just steal the photo off the web of it, throw it in there, and there you go. Just another way to help you, categorize and index your items visually. If you're a visual person and you want to see everything visually, that's pretty darn nice. Another thing here is a designation. So everything is default to base weight, but you can also change it to worn. So that's going to come in really handy for clothing, of course, worn weight, and then consumable. So, when it comes to when you start adding food, fuel, things like that, those are consumable items. So that becomes calculated differently in this list. So we'll just say 20 ounce. So now as you can see, as I start adding stuff, it starts populating my graph. And if you, like I said, if you've used Lighterpacks before, this is dead on the same kind of functionality. It will automatically update this for you. So you can tell, as you start adding items to this list, you can see where your big heaviest sections are. You know, my sleep system is my heaviest section that I need to start cutting some weight down, or maybe it's my food or my clothing or whatever. So that really helps you categorize things, and makes it very, very nice, very easy to use. So if you're familiar with using Lighterpack, you're going to be very comfortable in this interface for sure. And of course, these are all the items over here on the left that I've already put in. So I've got things like electronics, I've got my Canon camera, I've got gallon bags, my Light AF stuff sacks, things like that. So you can go over here and search and make sure, you know, maybe I'll say my Ultra shoes. Did I already put those in? Yeah, I already did. So I don't want to add them again because I don't want to have duplicates of the same item. So I can make sure that, you know, I've already, whether I put that item in the system or not. So very, very nice, very useful. I just found this to be really, really great, and it looks like they're heavily investing in the site and actually constantly adding to it, which is great. Now, the only thing I don't necessarily like about using third-party tools such as this is you're at their mercy. So if they decide to discontinue this tomorrow, you know, well, then you're kind of screwed. Or if they're in the case of like Lighterpack, where they just didn't do any additional development for years and years, and it just kind of stays static, and users tend to stop using tools that don't have enhancements that where the developer's not engaged, then users usually aren't engaged. So people may go out and put stuff in to a tool like this, but if nothing ever happens with it, then people will just kind of let it go. In my opinion, that's my opinion. That's my thoughts on that. But you know, hopefully this will be invested in. But you know, in the case of, you know, if you're worried about this tool going away and you're losing that whole list, you can always export this data. You can export as a CSV, comma separated file. That will take it right into Excel. So you always have access to that, all your data, or you can export as a PDF, which is great. So those features are there. You know, if you're worried about losing your list, you can always export it out and make a backup in Excel or Google Docs or whatever you use. Probably not a bad idea anyway to do that kind of thing. Additional options, like I said, My Packs. This is where you manage all of your packs, your different configurations, things like that. Explore. You can go up here and explore other people's packs. There's my public one, my 3-season loadout that I'm working on, and so that's what it would look like. There's my profile. You know, I've created my usual username. My public. This is my profile URL here. So packfire.com/user/outland, and then I've put in links to my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And then people can click on that and they can comment, they can rate my my loadout. Yeah, I'll rate myself, why not? But that's kind of nice. But you can go out here, you can look at other people's setups and see what they've done. Very, very nice. I really like that. Being able to share and collaborate with the community and see what other people are doing. That's pretty darn nice. The gear database. This is slick. This is basically everything that is in the system. So if you want to see those drop downs that I showed you guys earlier, this is where everything is. So you can also go in here and you can say Superior Wilderness Designs. And I can filter and see all the things that are in the system with Superior Wilderness Designs. And I can go right here and I can actually add that item to my list right from here. So if I just want to see, oh, it's already in the system and they've got everything weighed out perfectly, they've got it priced out, add it to my gear list. I can choose a pack from my stuff and I can choose a category to put it under. So if I put it under my ADT list, under my shelter system or whatever, you can do it all from right here, which is really, really nice. I really like that a lot. Unfortunately, the only thing that stinks about this is you can't apparently you can't contribute to this database at all, so it is what it is. You're at their mercy of whoever's updating this. I haven't seen a way to request additions, but of course, you know, if you get into some obscure gear, some cottage vendor stuff, and they don't have it listed, and you want them to add it to the database, I don't know if they have a way to request that or not, but that would be a great feature. And then going up to my gear, I can go through and I can filter through all my gear here. So same kind of deal. So like I said, super user-friendly, super nice site, really, really nice. I'm enjoying playing with it. And like I said, I will be adding this, at least one link from this, maybe more, to my description in YouTube, replacing that Lighterpack link. And so I'll share my list with this site going forward. So hope you got some use out of this. I hope this may help you out. It's just, you know, it's just another option, just another thing in your arsenal, your toolkit for keeping track of your gear. And if the more gear that you have, of course, you guys know how hard it can become to keep track of that stuff. Really enjoying this site, packfire.com, Green Belly Meals. Nice job. You guys are doing great work. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope this helped you out. Stay tuned for lots more great stuff. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do. I am looking to do some really great stuff for you guys in the near future here. Lots more trip videos, reviews. I'm doing a review on an upcoming product here. Lots more to come, so stay tuned. Take care. Be well. Be safe. Be healthy. I'll talk to you guys real soon.